Hello and welcome to Casting Rolls, a bunch of theater nerds and good friends play little D&D. We're so happy that you've joined us for the very first episode of Arc 3 of our campaign. Take a moment to subscribe to the show. Takes just a click and gains our unending thanks. Drop us a like and leave a comment for Campaign 2. Our videos are uploaded here on YouTube every Friday and we have tons of great content to explore. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start the show. Welcome back, Starstriders! So last time, you all defeated the Avatar of Marduk, Tamniel Rowe. In the aftermath, you discovered the shattered halves of the World Seed, kept Tamniel alive, and Lucky and Andalus attempted to use their divine and witch magic to repair the seed. With an unfortunate roll from Andalus, however, you knew that the spell wasn't working, and just before the World Seed could erupt, releasing its corrupted magic throughout the chamber, Andalus called out to any Fae that may be listening, and you heard a mysterious voice say, "All you needed to do was ask." As the world went black and white for a moment, you suddenly all blacked out, and then found yourselves in different worlds. Bonnie back in her home village, Lucky in a new church for the space between the stars, Kieran in a galactic coliseum in Eviosia, Ravik in bed with a couple of sphinxes, and Andalus weirdly floating in space before landing on a dock with a fishing rod in hand. Another figure near you who asks, "This isn't what you desire, is it? Then what is it? Witch, from one witch to another, what is it that you truly desire?" Andalus?
I don't know. That's probably why this didn't work very well. Where are we?
So you kind of turn and look, and you see this figure standing next to you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh no, she's so hot. I can't look at her. You said with advantage.
Yes, because you feel like this burning in your coin
Ew.
purse as your coin of safe passage is giving you advantage on
Oh,
rolls.
yeah. Thank you. I got like a 21 actually.
Okay. So as you turn to look, you see this woman, tall, very like regal posture and composure. It's difficult to tell in this space, but you think she's probably like 6'5" or so, just like impossibly long legs, and she's wearing this reddish cloak that kind of drapes down over her arms with voluminous sleeves that dives very deeply into a V, and then just opens up in the front and has tails that kind of go in the back. But then she's just wearing her legs are exposed with stockings going down to like calf-high boots of some kind of supple leather, and her hair is this vibrant reddish color that seems to release like flame embers at the tips. And her eyes are two different colors, one like a beautiful bright sky blue sapphire, and then the other is this kind of flaming ember red. And she says, "That may be why you may be finding it difficult to cast some of your magic sometimes. A witch must understand her desires, or his."
Josh, I imagine there's some sort of like kind of maybe like ritual greeting or something we need to like perform or some kind of I'm doing like a bow. Like, what is the witch equivalent to a bow? And I probably like prepared like a satchel of like seeds from like where we're at and like herbs and things, and I'll take it out and be like, I brought you a gift, and I thank you for allowing me to come to your area.
She kind of looks at the gift and waves a hand, and suddenly this mountain lion figure kind of steps from behind her, jumps up and grabs the satchel in its mouth, and walks back and sits next to her, as her familiar Prita now has the gift, and she says, "Well, It's good to see that some of us still follow the path of the Old One, even when their mentor is shaking up so much of the Coven's ancient rituals since she arrived. Do you have something else that you need to show me to ensure that your life isn't forfeit for stepping into my grounds?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'll take out the coin to show her.
She kind of takes the coin, looks over it. Crossroads it is, isn't it? And she pawns the coin and puts it, and it disappears into something. She doesn't seem to have pockets,
Sure.
but it vanishes. So, not sure what your desires are. Is that because you are of two souls, or because you are uncertain?
I'll probably both of those things if I had to guess.
Well, then this subterfuge will be of a useless waste of magic. And she waves her hand, and your vision suddenly clears. The dock vanishes. It's almost like the water recedes in a wave away from your vision, and you kind of step down, and you are on beautiful marbled floors in a tall foyer type space. And you just hear the sounds of gentle music tinkling from somewhere deep within this manor or house where you find yourself. And coupled with that, the sounds of voices as you see just couples, pairs of individuals walking arm in arm, hand in hand, a few kind of sitting on benches, laughing and talking to one another, others kind of disappearing to outward gates that are heading into maze-like exterior hedges, and just a few tall naiads and int-like creatures that are kind of standing guard at certain of the points, as her entourage seems fairly large, coming from your own experience with your own patron, not having that kind of guard or anything. And she says, well, welcome to the Gardens of Desire. Your friends are currently indisposed, but perhaps I can guide you this way. Are you hungry? Do you eat?
I don't. I don't have to eat. Thank you though. It's much appreciated. How long are you borrowing my friends?
Oh, that is entirely up to them. So let us talk then about a witch who calls out into the ether for help and aid, and what exactly that might cost. Shall we? And she...
Right, yeah, that would definitely cost something. Yeah, we gotta talk about the numbers, I understand.
She kind of waves a hand and guides you deeper into her
sanctum.
The finance office.
And you see, Andalus, that the entire kind of roof of this foyer is these beautiful windows of stained glass, and half of the stained glass windows are bright, vibrant, showing or depicting beautiful outdoor scenes and the lovers in their embraces as the sun shines through that half of the ceiling.
Oh my god, Ravik's never gonna leave this fucking place.
The other half of the ceiling, however, depicts some kind of dark, angry, you definitely see some of the figures from the other scene where one of them is chasing the other with a knife, or these horrible images or scenes, and you just see that the sun is slowly inching its way across, and you can tell it's not moving the way that the sun moves outside in the real space, that it's marking the passage of time between her two domains or realms. But she guides you deeper into the chambers as we travel to Lucky.
Nope.
The crowd, as you are announced, and the last you heard was your patron standing next to you, and he said, it's time for them all to wake up. I roll for me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Mm-hmm. Okay. That was a natural 20.
Oh no.
Well, that one's not bad for me. And then it was I think 18.
18. Okay. So that is
Girl,
not enough.
Nice.
That's not enough to meet the DC, but it
Never mind.
is within 5 of the DC, and so you'll get a little something without success. So as you kind of turn to the audience before you, there's just kind of like this needling in the back of your head about the way that he said "wake up." But you're not sure. There's a whole crowd in front of you that's kind of reaching out and sending you their praise or alms. And finally, you look to the side, and at the stair steps leading up to that great. It's not, what are they called in Catholic churches where the priests stand up on those things and deliver their sermons? I can't remember.
The pulpit.
The pulpit?
Well, I think it's bigger than a pulpit, but but that pulpit that's raised up above everybody. Standing next to it, you see in beautiful white and gold armor, Vigil is standing there, looking at you with a smile on his face, and he kind of reaches up and kind of gives you a bow, and you can see like prominently his ring on his finger, and for the first time you kind of notice the weight of the ring on your own finger as you approach. But describe for me, like, what does this church look like?
I think it is very reminiscent of the Church of the Nine, probably, in terms of architecture and like build. Like the big one in Anavir.
Yeah.
But I think it has like a more a somewhat less somber tone to it. Like I think there is more like color in terms of like the stonework and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's still very like cathedral like.
As you step up, take Vigil's hand, that figure who was announcing your presence before, you see them off to the side in resplendent robes, and like,
do I know them?
From that same place where that needling feeling was in the back of your head, suddenly like the name pops into your head. This is Bishop Sore, and like they're the second in command of the temple. They were one of the first converts that you had when you began to spread the word about the space between the stars, when he admitted that he would like followers and when he would like to be the source of protection and divinity within Illyria. And they kind of followed you around, and very much like Peter to Jesus, like type relate, like gave up everything.
Oh no!
Yeah, and now like,
oh, that didn't work out great for Jesus on Peter's part for sure.
Now like Sore is just reveling in being kind of at the center of attention as they introduce you to the crowd, and then there's this expectant hush that falls across the chamber, waiting for you.
Like, it's my turn to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is on autopilot. I think this is not conscious at all. Like, in terms of like, oh, I'm going to give like a really like, you know, like the difference between doing like something like from like Rotom versus like from the like heart or whatever. This is like by the book, like what I think would have been more of the style that Lucky might have grown up seeing here.
And it's clear,
and not bad. Like, I want to be like, it's not bad. Like, it's not like phoning it in.
Yeah.
But not like, hey, let me improvise and let me like do this in the moment versus let me do like what the text says you do.
Yeah, it's like the Book of Common Prayer versus like a Pentecostal sermon. And so, and the audience has like all of the calls and responses down. They have the moments where they perform the actions that have kind of been taught to them. And it's just this rare instance because these Illyrians are very accustomed to attending a service in the space where their god resides. And so it's not odd to have the space between the stars there. and he's kind of just standing back on the stage watching the service go. And then as the kind of final elements are going, it's time for the sacrament. What does that look like in Lucky's church?
Oh, what did the Church of the Nine do?
The Church of the Nine, so after their main service, so
yeah,
everyone worshipped all 9, but people typically kind of aligned with one god more than the other. So they would they would then go in and drop their not sacrifices, but their tithes basically to the gods. So the Tanatsans may bring seeds or grains or things like that, or you know.
Okay. Yeah. You put me in a pickle here, Josh, to give a physical form of donation to
the
something that literally doesn't exist. Okay. I would say at this part, I almost want to call it I want to say this is like origami almost. Like this is like you fold your own, you write on it, you fold it however you will, and it's like a personal kind of donation, and it's not like the value of like the paper, it is the meaning that you put into the space.
What are the kinds of things that people write on these origamis?
I think it can be direct like prayer. I think it can be something you ask for, people that you want or are asking for help for. I think it also can be as simple as just something you if you fold a dog and you give it to a dog, it's because that's what you made and that's what you like.
So as everyone,
it has as much meaning as you put into it.
So as everyone kind of prepares or takes out their offerings that they've created in preparation for this ceremony, suddenly like you feel this energy as like the space like rises up into the center of the chamber, into the kind of the nape or the nave at the top of the chamber, and suddenly like all of these origamis just fly out of their creator's hands and begin to kind of soar into the chamber, and you watch as origami dogs begin to run and birds begin to flap their wings and fly, and stars twinkling in the space in the sky as they light up, and you just watch as these prayers and these adulations rising to this figure, he gains a little more size, a little more clarity, a little more shape. And he kind of is just floating there amidst all of these things. And it's been a while and you still haven't seen his face. But you think in this moment, like you catch a glimpse of a feature that kind of washes away as people begin to exit out of the church and away as he kind of floats there above them. And whether or not he's answering their prayers, you can tell that he is taking in those prayers and he's listening to them. And then Vigil helps you down from the staircase. He says, "Wow, is it everything that you wanted?"
I don't know. And I kind of just want to look at Space Between the Stars and kind of like, is there any... I know it's very hard to read an individual that doesn't have any like distinct features, but does he seem happy?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I'm so insightful into this fucking shadow. That is a 23.
Watching him kind of like dance in the space up above, and the church is designed beautifully in that, like the original Illyrian cathedral, everything is very circular, and so all of the light in the chamber on the outer walls is equidistant from where he's floating. So he is still this kind of shadowy cutout in the light of the chamber. And it is hard to read his visage. It's hard to see. But you've been to enough plays or seen enough movements of dancers that you know the communication of true sadness greater than almost any as you watch him spin and wheel among the prayers to him.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna kind of try to. Well, I'll just kind of turn to Vigil and I'll go. I'll catch up with you later. Can I have a moment?
Yes. I will make sure dinner's ready when you get home. And he kind of gives you a peck on the cheek and then walks out of the chamber.
Sure.
Do I have a clear understanding of what's going on between us in this? Like, if I try to think about it, does something click into my brain?
Yeah, the truth of your relationship never changed.
Okay. So it's oh no, but it's like literally the same. Like, oh, okay. Ooh, yeah. Oh, okay. Whoops. All right. Okay. Well, and then okay, so I put that aside, and then I turn to the space between the stars, and I go, you. Is this what you thought it would?
He's kind of floating there. And as the last of the origami kind of, and you've seen him do this a couple times, and the origami, all the writing from within the origami is slowly kind of like erasing itself as it's spiraling in towards him. And as the last of that kind of fades, all of the origami kind of make their way to the torches lining the outer chamber and a light. And there's just these flickers of like moths in flames around the whole chamber as kind of this aromatic incense-like smoke begins to drift around the top as he drops down to the staging area at the front of the church. And he kind of looks around. This is what you taught me religion looked like.
This is what I taught it looks like.
Well, then are you happy?
No.
And we cut away for a moment to Kieran. As you make your way down that long hallway to the cheering crowds of the Colosseum, what's running through your head?
If I secure my 7th win in a row, then I can step away.
So as you're approaching, you hear like the announcer, and you know he's like floating above the central battlefield in some kind of mechanism, kind of flying around, his voice magically amplified. He's like, and now for the 7th night in the champion run, it's Kieran von Riften. And the gate opens and you kind of step out into the chamber. And this is like, it's like the Roman Colosseum, but it's like the in the Hunger Games, those like stadium seats that just seem to go up into the sky. Like you can tell that like the nosebleed sections here are literally nosebleed. Like if you're sitting in those sections, the oxygen deprivation would be so great that you would need something to give you oxygen in order to survive as you're looking down into this. And there's just hundreds of thousands of people here for this 7th night of the championship series, which is something that you instituted on your home planet. And you aren't sure or can't remember exactly who it was that you were fighting today, but there's this like needling in the back of your head that it's somebody powerful and strong from another system that has a great reputation. Who is your competitor for your final bout?
An automaton.
So as the announcer kind of gets you're going, and like the entire audience is roaring, there's these massive magical displays everywhere that are showing like the lightning bolt, and then half the screen is you in some kind of pose that you taken a picture of before the championship series began, and then the lightning bolt kind of flashes again, and the other side lights up as the opposite side from you on the Coliseum, the doors open, and this automaton kind of steps out and is kind of looking at itself and examining its arms, and then kind of reaches down and takes out 2 blades, and then 3 more arms from its back kind of also appear and reach around and grab other blades as well. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
But because I'm Vidalkin, I get to make wisdom saving throws with advantage. So does
it's
this
a straight roll.
For straight roll?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 3.
A 3.
So that's going to be a 5 total.
Yeah, so there's this kind of like weird needle, what caused this weird needling feeling in the back of your head was the way that the creature kind of stepped out into the light and was looking at itself, but you're not exactly sure what that was coming from. As it begins to like take the swords and spin them around, as part of the audience kind of cheers, you can tell it's the automaton region of the far space. They've brought a very small number of people. It's like the last of the 7 tribes of the Astral Sea that you haven't yet defeated their champion, but they have a very small contingent here who are cheering for them as they kind of approach the center of the field and look at you. And the mechanical voice kind of comes out, but you can tell it's a female voice, even though it's very difficult to tell gender by just looking at the automaton. And it just says, I've always wanted to know what an outlander's blood tastes like. I'm happy to feast on yours, Kieran von Riften. And her voice magically amplified for everyone to hear. It's like a wrestling match. She's playing the bad guy here.
For a creature that runs on oil, you're awfully bloodthirsty.
Well, there's different kinds of lubrication that can provide a movement for these gears.
Thank you, Jace.
She kind of brandishes the swords as the lightning bolt imagery kind of like pops up, and it's like verses, and then the fight of the century, and then there's a clash between the two of them, and then all of the boards in the chamber kind of explode in fireworks that rain down on everybody as the announcer kind of pops up and he says, well, you all know about the rules for this fight. It is a drop dead to the end, last bolt standing. Fight to the death. Kieran von Riften versus Gen from the outer wild plains. And we shall begin. And his thing flies up into the air. And Kieran, you've been living for this moment to fight this creature, to solidify against the 7 major tribes of the Astral Sea that you are the greatest warrior here, as you've already proven yourself on the far-flung plain of Illyria that you are as well. Describe how this fight goes.
It's a dance. It is a dance. Kieran doesn't wear armor because it's all about the blade being the defense. this creature is made of metal. It doesn't need to wear armor. It's metal, so a cutting weapon wouldn't be effective anyway. So the wood blades are just as effective. And it's the 5 blades versus the 2, and it's this dance in and around. And it's very elegant and very precise. There's no wasted movement on either party's side. Mm-hmm. From the mechanical, computerized mind, what is the most efficient attack, to Kieran's years of experience and precision and training. And so it's very evenly matched.
And as you are kind of jumping off of the force field that protects the audience and slashing and dancing across the chambers, you just see, like, on its automaton face, this joy coming over from the automaton at this fight. And in the middle of the battle, she says to you, like, "Never have I faced a worthy opponent such as yourself. Are you sure this is your last battle?" And your blades are clashing the entire time she asks.
Are you sure this is what?
Your last battle.
If I beat you, who else is there worthy to fight?
And with that echoing in your head, like that idea that, like, the thing that you've been searching for so long is finally here in your grasp. Like, you've traveled the far distant realms. You've traveled across the entire astral sea. Back here at home, you've bested elementals and enemies and fights in every corner of the realms. And here, the 7 greatest of all of the civilized realms of the astral sea. And as you strike Gem, and you sever her head from her shoulders, and her mechanical head kind of spins, shooting electricity off into the darkness, and her body clatters into the sand of the chamber. And as the entire crowd explodes in an uproar of you being named the greatest champion of the astral sea, that echo in the back of your head is still there. That was my last fight. Who else is there? Am I the greatest? What does Kieran do?
Sheathes his weapon, bows to his opponent's body, and turns and walks away.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then we'll go to Bonnie.
Oh, no!
Harold kind of giving you a hug. And then stepping away, he says, "Well, I think it's time I get to work. The mail won't deliver itself, will it?"
Josh.
Yeah.
So we kind of went through this, like, Bonnie had like a little bit of like a memory purge.
Kind of, yeah.
Like last time? Yeah. So is it just Bonnie and Harold in the house, or is Lachlan there?
So Lachlan is old enough that he is not in the home.
Okay.
But you also have a memory of 2 other children. But only 2 more.
Got it. Okay, I will see Harold off to the door.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine I would have had his, like, lunch packed up and ready for him.
Yeah, a lunch that you prepared and that you cooked. Mm-hmm. He kind of takes it and gives you a kiss on the cheek. He says, he looks around. "I don't know what we're going to do now that the space is so empty. I guess we only had 3 children. We should have had a few more."
No, I think 3 was enough.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. With disadvantage, sorry.
Okay.
And you are still... Well, we haven't done... Okay. You're not... Sorry, before you make the wisdom saving throw, make a constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay. 12? Oh, wait.
So...
Yeah, hang on. I don't have advantage on that. Okay.
So 12. So you have 2 levels of exhaustion. So you are subtracting 4 from all of your rolls.
It just keeps stacking up, guys.
So now you can make your wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. Minus 4.
Okay, great. -4, fantastic. Okay. That is a 7.
A 7. You also feel this kind of weird, like when he says, maybe we should have had more, and you say, no, I think 3 was enough. There's just like ping in the back of your head, but you quickly kind of shake it away as he heads out into the bright, beautiful, sunny day here in this quiet village at the corner of the Veltland that has never seen the scars of war or conflict. And then Bonnie finds herself quite alone. How does she kind of carry out her day now that her 3 biological children have all gone off to their adult lives?
Just like outside of the clearly obvious stuff, like cleaning up after breakfast and like doing what little chores there are around the house, she'll probably lock up the house, and see if the garden needs any tending, and then barring that, like probably go visit some of the neighbors.
Okay. So after you kind of take care of the garden and then you're heading out to view the neighbors, you see like the familiar face of Lou. And Lou is this, hold on, let me double check. Yeah, Lou is this tall, female, non-Harengon who had come to the Veltland probably like 10 years ago and had established an orphanage because even though like the Veltland hadn't been touched by a great amount of war, there was still the aftermath of the subversion and what had happened, that there in that conflict some had died and lost their parents, and there were kids who were kind of abandoned there. And while the community did what they could to take them up, Lou came in from outside, not sure quite where, and established an orphanage. And she's walking through the village with a pack of like 20 kids in her wake. And you can tell that she's kind of pointing out things to the younger ones and having them make sure that they know what their words and colors and all of those things are. And you just see kind of a parade of 20 kids. And I'm not going to have Bonnie go through the 20 children of the 36 that Bonnie had adopted over the course of her life outside of this Desire world. But I would like you to describe the first 3.
Let's see what's in the book, see if I have anything. I do not have the first 3. I have those spaces empty. So let's the girl from the flashback from earlier,
yeah,
that would be one, and I cannot remember her name.
And Bonnie doesn't know her name now anyway.
So she would be one. How many were in that flashback? It was just the.
It was just the oldest, and then the 2. At that point, Bonnie and Harold had only adopted 3 children.
Okay, so it would be those 3. The older girl, we'll go ahead and say that she is a half elf.
Okay.
And she's followed by a halfling and a dwarf child. And I'll have their names later. The dwarf is female, the halfling's male, and the half elf is female.
Yeah. And you see them kind of following behind Lou, and Lou kind of looks over and gives you a wave and kind of looks down at the 3 children and kind of points and waves, and they're waving. And you realize that like they're waving at you, but they're also waving at everybody that they pass by as just a way to greet the other Harengon in this village. And all three of these children kind of look at you, smile, and then turn and go about their day as if you are just another person on the side of the street.
I'll ask Lou if she needs any help or company today.
Oh, Bonnie, that's so kind of you to ask. You always do. We are more than capable at the orphanage of taking care of the children. It's far past most of their times of being coddled in any kind of way. They're on their schooling phase now, so we're learning all about the space around us and the things. However, if you'd like to drop off some more of those delicious cookies, I'm sure the children would love them after dinner for this evening.
Oh, I'll make sure to bring you some. That's no problem at all.
And the little half elf at the front kind of pulls behind Lou, and you can tell that like she's seen things in life that make her distrusting. And Lou kind of grabs her and she says, "Remember, we're in Herringon Village. They're all so peaceful. You are safe here." And she says, "But that one always kind of looks at us weird." And she says, "No, don't talk about her like that. Be kind. I'm so sorry, Bonnie."
Oh, it's fine. Kids will be kids, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, and these, they're past the age where people might be willing to take them in, so they'll probably live out their days in the orphanage, but it's fine. We have a nice team there who are dealing with it and raising them as best we can, hoping to find them schools in the larger cities when they get to the right age.
Well, you let me know if there's anything else I can do to help you.
Oh, we are more than capable, Bonnie, of taking care of them, but I appreciate your continued offerings.
Bonnie's gonna kind of wander, like say goodbye, wander a little aimlessly. Mm-hmm. Really wishes that Lochran would come home.
And you've been wishing that for a while, but you know, like, he went off. There was a really great opportunity at one of the larger cities that's in the Veltland. He wanted to get out of the farming life as much as possible, and on the locks, the rivers, and he felt like it was almost like his name was calling him to the lakes, and so he's like training as a boatman, and you know he's probably out on a ship right now on one of the lakes, and it's a few days journey to return home. But you know he'll be back for an important holiday.
And yeah, I guess with that, Bonnie will meander, like just make busy work for herself, try to find like shopping that needs to have done in the village, but there's really like nothing. I am curious, Josh, was her I guess we'll say the sanitized version of her horse at the house.
Do you think it would be?
I think it would exist, but not at all in a way that like present day Bonnie would recognize as her horse. No. Like it's just a workhorse that like pulls a cart.
Yeah, this ornery old draft horse that you occasionally like hook up to a cart to travel to another village to trade some of your wares or things that you've made. And as you get home, your basket full of shopping, your house empty. You get to make another wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Boy, gang, what do you think this one's going to be?
-4.
Let's go 9.
All right, so that's a 16 on the first one.
Okay.
And a 16 again. 2 16s.
Wow.
What's your bonus?
She's upset.
No, that is with
the, so that's
with it and subtracted 4. So I rolled a 20.
So you got 16. That's within 5 of the DC, which means that you get something. You cannot let go of the fact that there were 20 orphan children who walked by, and you didn't know any of their names, but you recognized every single one of their faces. And then we go to Ravik. So, Mr. Ravik Seaborn, the master...
From missing babies to making babies.
Stop.
Stop.
Mute your mic now.
Robin.
Someone's got to do the job.
Yeah. As your morning progresses, as the do you find yourself as the master of the Tidewater Syndicate, or did you dissolve it when ownership was passed over to you?
Oh, that is a good question. I think Ravik would try to. It's a very lucrative syndicate. I think Ravik would keep it around, but he would set certain ground rules as far as limiting the illegal activities. Maybe trying to, for the most part, make it more of a legit, above board, like a trading group, and not so much illegal activity.
As you come
That's
out
the
of your
main source of income.
As you come out of your bedroom, kind of wrapping a robe out around you, you go to your kind of work desk in your main office, and there's just the reminder of the letter there of Aryan Squall-Eater signing over the Tidewaters to you because she was going off with her daughter in search of a more peaceful life. And it just says, remember the time when we were on the Seablade, we called ourselves privateers. That might work out for you better. And that's kind of ringing in the back of your head of like, we can be privateers. At the moment that you're looking over the day's reports and the wages and things, there's a knock on the door.
Oh, come right on in.
And as the door opens, this kind of rotund, like fish-faced individual kind of floats in on this cloud of water. Yes, master, is there anything I can get you for breakfast this morning?
I think I'll just take the usual. I appreciate you.
Remember, master, you have to tell me what it is you desire. Otherwise, I can't make it for you.
2 eggs, over easy.
As you're saying these, he's waving his hand, and popping into plates on your table are 2 eggs over easy.
My smoked fish.
Another plate.
And the hibiscus tea. Thank you.
That kind of appears, as well as like a steaming pot where you can add more to it as you like, and 2 little dishes that contain fresh honey from the local hives that you can add as well. He says, well, is there anything of service that you demand of me now, master? And he turns and like looks over your shoulder on to the case behind you.
What's the case?
You know what's laying there. It is a jug of endless water that was once gifted to you as a divine arm and empowered, that you had used to capture and control this djinn. Or this Merid, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm fine for now. Be sure to make yourself useful. I don't think the floors have been cleaned in a little while.
I will get right on it, master.
With a smile.
He smiles, and there's just like this like grinning, like this pained grin spreads across his face, and his fangs appear. And he turns and walks away, just as another figure kind of edges past him into the chamber. And it is the tall, dark-skinned, elven, kind of braided hair, a light blue sheen to her skin when the light hits it the right way, and she's wearing kind of a dress. And she says, well, Rovik, you know that the children would love for you to come and see them before we head back to our island. You haven't been spending too much time with your family. You've been kind of busy. And she looks at the door frame that's closed, where she knows the Tuthalamus and Visnutmon are inside the chambers.
Just had a lot of work to get done. I'll make sure to make time for the family before it gets too close to departure time.
Now, this is a question for Ravik outside of this. In a perfect world, would your mother bear the scars of the challenges that she faced when she ran from you.
I don't think so. No, that's not a. No, I don't think I would want anyone to have those reminders of, that trauma.
She kind of walks up and she looks at the spread in front of you, and she grabs a little of the garnish that Albahard placed on one of the plates and kind of pops it into her mouth, and she says, Ravik, you know it's not right to keep something chained up for long. When are you going to let him pay out the end of his bargain to you?
For long, yes. But for a creature that's immortal, I mean, what is 50 or 60 years?
As she kisses you on the cheek, and she just says, I don't know if any amount of bondage is worth paying back any kind of crime, but I'll leave it to you and smarter ideas. The twins are downstairs, and your father and his, she kind of blinks, his wife are getting ready to board the plane, the boat later this afternoon. So if you plan on seeing them before they leave, now would be the time.
I'll finish up here and then I'll head down.
As she kind of turns to leave, she closes the door behind her as your mother kind of exits. You find yourself kind of looking at the mountain of things before you. The work of managing this organization, all of the wealth and riches that you can imagine at your fingertips, and all of the freedom to make whatever choices that you want about its maneuvering and about your role in it. Does the time slip away from you?
I will make a concerted effort to wrap things up and make it back to the family to send them off. And I might ask probably the smartest creature I know, Enigma, to look over some of the paperwork, make sure I didn't miss anything.
You brought Enigma into your desire. Interesting.
Yeah, that's my little buddy. Little love-hate relationship.
The moment you think about, like, I
thought I was your little buddy. What the fuck? What the fuck?
More than one little buddy, Andrew.
How? No, you're not. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
The moment you think about bringing Enigma into this, he kind of like appears, and you have built these like tunnel walkways that connect the palace at the top of the hill, where he can kind of make his way through the walls and kind of come up. And he's a little bit bigger than he was when you first met him, but he kind of flies down to the table and he's looking at everything, and he just says, I just don't think that there's enough time in the day to get through everything that you have to do.
Now, when you say Enigma appears, would that raise any red flags for me? Like, would Ravik be aware enough to, like, hey?
I don't know. Make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
With disadvantage? Sure. Crap, hold on. Where
you have a disadvantage. You're having a great time. You're having
triple disadvantage.
A good time. Auto fail.
Question. Is Ravik being just like a charm?
Yes. So you can roll straight.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. 17 on the dice. It's just straight wisdom?
Straight wisdom.
Or wisdom saving throw?
Saving throw, sorry, yeah.
Okay. 21.
21. As Enigma is looking at that, and you see, he says, like, Enigma in your vision says, I just don't think there's enough time in the day to get through everything. At the exact same moment, you see Enigma, like, pause on your shoulder, shaking you, going, look, buddy, it's really weird for you to be sleeping like this. But it's like you're seeing him in two spaces at once. He's just kind of looking at all of the work in front of him that you've left behind for him, but you also see him kind of shaking you.
What's going on here? Are you casting some type of illusion?
No, I have to travel to 4 different planes of existence in order to get the ability to become a bigger, better Sphinx. It's some kind of like evolutionary thing. You've taken me to 2. I think you've made a very concerted effort not to take me to the other 2. So no, I can't cast illusions, Ravik.
But why are there 2 of you?
He looks around. I don't know what you're talking about.
Something's not right here.
I'm gonna go. You've been staying up too late with your friends, drinking a little too much, enjoying your freedom too much while I do your work for you.
Yeah, I've got a pretty hefty constitution. A little bit of drink has never made me see double. There was a set of twins once, but
what about the twins
that's
that are
not what
boarding the
this
ship
is.
right now while we have this conversation?
Yeah, you stay right here. I'm gonna go down and just check on the family.
Okay. The time has gotten away from you. You've made a concerted effort to get through all of your work and get there in time.
Darn it.
But you see your mother, tall, kind of standing off to the side, not still understanding her place in this family dynamic. Your dad, describe Ravik's father for us.
Ravik's father, hefty man. Maybe a bit of a dad bod over the years, but his background as a soldier has made him very stoic and very composed. But you can tell he's still very attentive and loving to his family. In sort of like a watchful, guardian kind of way. So, yeah.
And next to him is another woman. And there are 2. The last time you saw them, they were 3 or 4 years old. They are now 14, 15-year-old twins. And they are standing there kind of like as teenagers do, like, we have to say goodbye to family, like the energy. And you hear as you're walking up the dock towards them, and the docks here in the marina where the Tidewarders is a massive marina. There are dozens and dozens of beautiful ships here, most of them flying the flags of the Tidewarders. This vessel is just kind of a transport vessel between the islands here in or what used to be the Vanishing Isles. And you hear one of them kind of say to his mother, not seeing you approach, it's like, we've been here for like a week and we haven't seen him at all. Why are we wasting our time? And then she kind of smacks him to the side and she goes, Ravik, it's so good to see you. We were afraid we weren't going to see you this time before we left. And your father says, yeah, you kind of awful busy out there doing all this kind of magical work, taking care of everything. You should hire some help. They might be able to guide you in the right direction so you can see your family every time we visit.
You're absolutely right. I'm just waiting for these 2 to get old enough to come and take over some of the business for me.
The moment you say that, you see the incredibly protective arms of your stepmother kind of go around their shoulders and pull them slightly back as like a protective pull, subconscious.
Don't worry, Miriam. I'll make sure it's all above board and legit.
Of course. Yes. And your father kind of looks at you and he says, I think the twins are pretty happy with the lot that they've got. This one, and he pats one of them, is kind of showing a little bit of magical aptitude. They're thinking of sending her on to the academy there. The other one has put in some interest in keeping the inn running.
Really? You don't say. Okay, well, listen, however I can help. Either one of you just let me know.
Well, you're the payments that you are sending us are quite helpful. I think they're going to be enough to help us get by.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It's not just about the money. I want to make sure I'm actually there to spend time with the family. And I apologize about this week. It just, a lot of things kind of piled on me at once.
As you say that, he kind of says, well, Miriam can go ahead and get the twins on the boat and in their cabins and organized. And she kind of takes them and they wave goodbye to you, not approaching, as he kind of walks up. You know, son, I understand. You left at such a young age. It's more painful to promise something that you have no intention of keeping the promise. It's okay if you have business, but why do you call us here and then just put us up in a fancy palace and don't give us the time of day?
I don't know why I would do something like that. It just, I mean, I'd much more likely just avoid you.
And you hear this voice in the back of your head, so familiar for so many years. But isn't this what you always wanted, Master? The power and freedom to do whatever you like. You've got it now. See what you're doing with that power. And you can tell that even though you are in control of him, Albahar somewhere in this palace is still tethered to you enough that he can hear and listen to what you're doing. Because you are still tethered to him, even though you are in control.
Well, it's my burden to bear.
Well, I guess we all have burdens to bear, son, but I think next time if you'd like to see the family, please visit the inn. We won't be coming back to Everstar.
You're just gonna take that off the table completely, huh?
It's quite a long journey, and someone's got to keep the roof patched and the patrons happy. You know where we are. You've known where we always were the whole time.
Yeah, I guess I have.
And he kind of turns to your mother and gives her a little peck on the cheek and says, take care of our boy, would you? And she says, I'll do my best. It's good to see you. And you can see the kind of pained look in your mother's eyes as she turns and walks back into the palace. And then your dad boards the ship. And he stands on the railing as the gangplank is pulled up and walked away. And before the ship even sets into motion, he turns and goes below deck to his quarters. And Ravik finds himself the prince of an island, the king of all that he sees, with all of the power and money and wealth to buy and do whatever he wants. And he finds himself standing alone on a dock.
Can I do a little experiment?
Sure.
If Ravik thinks hard enough of, say, Aryan Squall Leader, and just imagining her sailing across the sea, approaching the dock with her daughter by her side, what would happen?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
A straight roll?
Yep,
Well,
straight. It would be disadvantage, but you have advantage against charm effects.
Well, I dropped it and it was a 12. I don't know if I want to use that one. We'll do the 12. What was the modifier?
Floor dice count.
Floor dice count?
Plus 4, 16.
That does not beat the DC, but it is within 5, so you get a little something. And for just a moment, you're looking out on the horizon, and most of the ships are in for the day. Any that were leaving on business left in the morning. any that are coming in for business probably won't be in for a couple hours, but you do see a ship on the horizon. And for just a moment, you think, is that the Squall Eater? And then it kind of disappears over the horizon, off into the distance.
Isn't that peculiar? Can I think about like...
At the exact moment that you begin to think about something else, you feel a hand on your shoulder and then another hand on your chest as kind of moving close and down. Well, I think that you've been hard at work with your kingdom and your family today. Snootmon and I are so bored. Won't you come keep us company?
Give me a moment. I'm wrestling with a few things.
No, Ravik, we need you.
I think I just need a few moments to iron out a couple of thoughts I'm having.
You hear another voice kind of approaching from the side. Are you sure? We're getting quite lonely up there.
Yes, Vasutman, please just... my family just left. I think I need to...
his claw kind of traces across your chest and then kind of up underneath your neck, and he says, remember when I wanted to kill you? I think I want to do it again.
I thought we were past that by now.
And you can show me how far past we are.
Oh, I have 5 minutes.
Ah, good. And both of them grab your hands and pull you away. And as they do, that thought in your head of, did you summon Aryan Squall Eater? What was the 2 enigmas? Vanishes from your brain. As you are pulled by Tuthalimus and Snootmon up into the castle to fulfill a greater desire.
A greater desire, Lord.
Andalus. You find yourself standing outside of a chamber, and inside, like in a bubble, kind of floating in the middle of the chamber, the beautiful smell of incense and roses kind of pouring out of the chamber. You see the body of Ravik kind of floating there. She says, well, this one was quite interesting. So easy to fall into exactly what he wants.
Yeah,
Freedom,
I knew
love.
you'd say that when you met him.
Yes, well, he's such the type to fit exactly what I desire out of someone. Give him me, and I'll let you all, the rest of you, go.
No, those terms are not acceptable, so we will have to renegotiate.
Well, and she kind of turns and she looks into the chamber, and finally you see that there's another figure in the chamber, and she just kind of looks and she says, Ryoshi, how's the energy grabbing going? And you see as this kind of figure that was standing behind the bubble comes around it, and it is a tall, beautifully androgynous figure, kind of white with these orangish red tattoos going up their arms, and kind of tracing up, completely nude, where like beautiful like fox ears that are kind of pulled back with like tufts of orange in them, a kind of human face, but as she begins to speak to them, the face kind of distends and the whole figure becomes much more fox-like, as behind them you see 9 tails kind of curving around and kind of undulating behind them, as this like magical energy is coming off of the tails and washing into the bubble where Ravik is. And Ryoshi says, I am afraid, mistress, that this one may have had some protections, I think from his mother. And Thalindra says, I should have known better that sometimes half-elves get a little bit of grace from their elven kin. I think you know how to keep him under for a little bit longer, don't you, Ryoshi? And Ryoshi, in your vision, Andalus, you suddenly see for a moment like Ryoshi like splits into 2, and for just a second you see the Tuthaliamus's human form, and you see another human form, this broad-shouldered black man with kind of a mane of wild blondish gold hair. And then it kind of the vision conceals back.
I really don't want to know what's happening in there.
Yeah, the vision conceals back, and it's just Ryoshi. And Ryoshi says, "Yes."
I'm like looking up too because Ryoshi's naked, so I'm like.
And Ryoshi says, "Yes, the base desires are the easiest to appeal to him." Andalus, am I making you uncomfortable?
I'm just trying to be polite.
And she kind of waves a hand, and this robe like flies over to her and wraps around her.
That's very kind of you.
Yes. Well, I don't want to make our special guest uncomfortable. And then she turns back to the bubble as Thalindra kind of guides you down the chamber, and you see Kieran floating in another chamber. And this...
I know exactly what he's doing.
Oh, he was quite simple. He wants to be the greatest swordsman in the world. It was easy enough to give him that desire.
He already is.
Well, he doesn't think so, but now in this realm he is. How is the energy gathering going, Meg? And you see this figure kind of steps out from behind the bubble. Tall, powerful looking woman with a single leathery wing flying off of her. And Andalus, make a nature or religion check. Or history, because you're...
I rolled a nat 20. What the fuck?
This is... you've heard legends about these, and of all of the retinue of Thalindra that your mentor told you to be careful of, this was the leader of the three that are the most worrisome. This is Meg, the leader of the Furies.
Yeah.
And she kind of says, "Quite easy, Thalindra. I think that I could probably reset the memory and he would fight until there was nothing left." And Thalindra says, "Well, we don't want that now, do we? We can slow the process just a little bit." And Meg kind of turns back to the bubble and she says, "But fighting is so much fun," as Thalindra guides you away. And Thalindra says, "Do you think it's not kind what I'm doing to your friends?"
Well, I mean, I don't mean to speak out of turn, ma'am, and I don't want to offend you in any way, but your whole thing is pleasure and pain, correct? So
she looks up at the sky, and every ceiling in this entire abode has that same, like, half joy, half rage kind of depiction in the ceiling tiles, and you can see that the sun is still fully in the joy side.
To me, you're just about a balance of things.
Of course. Aren't we all?
We aspire to be.
What is your patron the balance of, then?
I can't divulge things about my mistress, you know. Loyalty. I'm sure you can respect that.
A witch with loyalty. A dangerous thing.
Some might say the same about you.
I don't have a loyalty to anybody, but...
That's why.
Myself. Well, interestingly enough, she kind of steps out into the central chamber, and here you can see all the four rooms where your allies rest. And over Bonnie's bubble, you see... let's see. Oh, you see this tall nymph kind of working her magic over the bubble as well. Tears streaming down her eyes as she does it. You see in Lucky's bubble these two twins. One is standing outside and is looking pissed at being there, but the other one is inside, and she's looking in the bubble and she's just like, "Less of this religion thing. Can we get to the romantic storyline, please?" And
yes, it's me. It's me.
and Thalindra says, Eros, just give it a moment. I'm sure there'll be love in the second act. And Eros says, he's too caught up in the religious aspect. I thought that by putting his friend there, that he'd be more into that. And Eros points, and you see another bubble like off to the side where Vigil is just very stiffly floating in space there as well. And then
we're so fucked on that one.
There are several other rooms in here too, where you see the less familiar to you faces of Tamniel Rowe, of Anzel, and of
powerful lesbian and tired-looking old man.
Yeah, you see them as well, kind of off in their own chambers, being also drained.
I don't know who these people are.
And we all know what Bolton's desire is.
I don't know. I want you to tell me, John.
No, Bolton. If you ever watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., whenever they did that like surgery work to Philip to Agent, what's his face?
Coulson.
Agent Coulson, and he was like Tahiti. That's Bolton Coons right now. He is full Tahiti.
Can I see Anzel's too?
It's a wonderful place.
Anzel's, you can't see what's happening there, but you can hear one of the other. It's another Naiad in there, and they're talking, and she's like, it's just such a beautiful family. Such a basic, easy desire. As she's talking about it. And what you can see is that from each bubble, there's this kind of energy rising to a central gem in this chamber. And it's kind of at the heart of where the love and hate mural up at the top is displayed. She says, well, again, I ask, is it unkind what I'm doing to your friends, or would you like me to allow them to remain in the worlds that they themselves desire?
Well, I think they'd prefer to be in this world with us currently, if it's not a hassle to you, but I understand.
She kind of takes your hand and guides you up a staircase to this balcony that overlooks the maze-like gardens that surround her manor place. And you see, like, there's many of those couples that are wandering around, but there are dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of bubbles, like in different points in the maze. And she's like, and here are all of the ones who survived the subversion in joy and peace and harmony, never knowing pain, never knowing broken hearts.
Never living.
Do they know the difference?
Well, I think some kind of false blissful sleep isn't exactly living.
Well, they all have the freedom, whenever they choose, to see the world for what it truly is.
Well, people don't like to choose pain, but they need pain. You know that.
Well, if you would like to convince your friends of that, to bring them back, I leave the chamber to you. And she vanishes from her space.
Thank God. I gotta get out of this creepy as fuck place.
and you can feel her energy, like, you have a sense of where she is. She's gone back to her, like, chambers.
Okay.
And
I'm in so much trouble. I'm in so much fucking trouble.
At the exact moment that you do that, a rift opens in space in front of you, and stepping out. Okay, look, Andalus, if you're going to fuck around with other witches, what you need to know is that they only want the energy of what they like to eat. What does the Lindra like to eat, Andalus? I've told you this many times.
Love and hate.
Love and hate. If she gets bold with the love, what is she gonna give them?
Hate.
At that moment, you hear a thunderclap, and your patron kind of lifts up a hand and stops, and she says, No, Thalindra. This balcony is neutral space. It is above your gardens. It is not in your gardens. I will talk to my ward without your interference. And you see, like, the lightning bolt kind of flashes across the sky and hits an orb, and the orb swings back away as the Lindra had tried to teleport here and had been sent back. Now, Andalus.
Yes, Master Yaga.
When the clock hits whatever midnight is here, what do you think is going to happen to your friends?
They go into the hate part.
And do you think that they will like that?
No, I don't want that to happen to any of them, really, at all.
If my name isn't Baba Yaga, then you need to figure this the fuck out. She teleports away.
If my name isn't Angela Sut Yaga, I'll figure it out. Anyway, by the way, guys, his name is Angela Sut Yaga.
Baba Yaga!
Yep. Oh, Yaga, my beautiful, wonderful mistress, who I'm always talking about, who's so amazing and wonderful.
And the staircase is below you, and no one is watching you. Andalus, what would you like to do?
I'm in so much fucking trouble. I'm thinking. I need Lucky first. Lucky will know what to do.
You go to Lucky's chamber, and the you see Eros in the chamber, and she's just she's like on top of the chamber, like the bubble, like looking into it. And she's saying, "No, kiss! It's time to kiss now."
I think you got that whole situation maybe a little. I don't know about that.
Really? Tell me what you know about your friend Lucky, then.
Well, I know some stuff.
Then why don't you tell me if you think I got it wrong? And Eros touches the bubble and then touches you. Lucky.
Oh, you're touching me now.
Where do you find yourself after the sermon?
I think, where the fuck do I live? That's my question. Where the fuck do I live in this?
Where do you live?
You live in like a swanky place, I'm sure.
Oh, no, I fear I live in the church, and that's the worst part. I fear I live in the fucking church, and that's the problem.
Okay.
So I think I'm like up in, I guess like some converted like upper area.
Okay.
And let's say it's like a tower, and let's say it's really gross and it's recreated to be like in the style of like a Lightbringer quote unquote tower. Like a smaller, like more contained version of that. And Lucky is just like doing the most like Rapunzel ass shit of like flopping, looking at the tower, having like big thoughts.
The smell from down in the kitchen part of the tower, you know that Vigil is preparing dinner because you guys are too frugal to hire a staff. So Vigil cooks for you. And takes care, having abandoned his work as a risk breaker and as a guardian of others. And you're kind of staring out the window, and suddenly,
God, just works the house. This is awful. No.
Lucky never alone for 1 second.
His life.
And Andalus, you're looking down at this.
You straight up boltoned him. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
You're looking down at your friend, kind of sprawled out on the bed, like Disney princess style, looking out the window.
That's my dear friend, Lucky.
And floating next to you is like the incorporeal form of Eros, and Eros just says, "I was told that this was going to be like, look, your friend is like supposedly the domain of love, right? Domain of relationships. I haven't seen shit.
They're the domain of what?
Whoops! Did I ruin something?"
What? No. Okay. I knew that. As one of Lucky's closest friends, of course I knew that.
Okay, but
they told me that before.
You're lying, but that is okay.
I am not lying.
I appreciate it.
So
Look,
rude.
I'm on season 2, you're on season 1. This is fine. All right, so what we've got here is your friend has what he wants and is not happy about it.
I let out the biggest fucking sigh.
Well, don't you know, like, romance needs some drama, right? If everything's too mundane, things, it becomes too normalized.
Well,
and boring.
If you think that you can do this, you can run this fantasy better. And Eros pops away. And you feel suddenly like this energy kind of wash through you that the entire bubble is now under your control for a moment.
Oh, I feel like a TV producer.
What would you like to do?
I feel like at first I'm changing the weather a little bit. I'm just seeing how this works.
Okay,
Like it just
so outside the window, Lucky, it was a beautiful, bright, sunny
The sun
day.
comes up and then it goes down and then
It's
it
rains.
cycles in and then it like goes backwards.
Yeah, and then like rain clouds come in and like a storm washes
Yeah.
across, and then it goes away.
Yeah. And honestly, it's like the thing where Lucky's just looking up. This is happening in the background, and Lucky's too fucking in his own head to even notice this is happening.
Can I like appear as I appear like an angel into Lucky's room?
Sure.
Can I appear like an angel?
Lucky. At no
Yeah.
point in your worship of the space between the stars did he ever send a celestial messenger to you, and yet one appears in your chamber.
Hey, what's
Ah.
up? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Do I look cool like this?
Yeah. Are you sorry? Are you
Awesome.
new?
Yeah, I'm super new. Yeah, I'm here to help you get
Okay.
us out of this.
This? The tower?
Yeah, what if you'd like? It's just, what's bumming you out? I come sit down on the bed with you.
Is this a test? This feels like a
It's
test.
literally not a test. I feel like I'm feeling very like camp counselor vibes, and I don't really like that either. But
It's very youth group. I don't know what's
sure.
happening right now.
Does
Do you
this feel right to you?
you? No.
No, all of this.
Oh. Also no.
Right. Josh, I feel like Andulis's like trying to figure out how to break
See-
this.
I'm sorry, is this surprise therapy? What is this?
No, I'm my own messenger.
Okay.
From I don't know. So why you're the domain of love? That's crazy. Love and relationships? That's like crazy.
I guess. I don't think that
Is that the house that you asked the space between the stars to fill?
no, that would not be it.
So
For sure, no.
Yeah,
But he would have no fucking business,
So
and I
this
love him. But
odd
no.
angel creature that you do not know has revealed a truth to you that only you know.
Oh, okay. How do you know that?
Because this maybe seems wrong.
Okay. Then what do I do?
Right. I haven't really gotten that far in thinking about this.
Outside
Okay,
in the room,
well-
Andalus, you hear, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, I didn't think you were going to do that. And then suddenly from below, in the chamber beneath you, you hear Vigil's voice calling up, Lucky, dinner's ready. Are you going to come down and eat? It's going to get cold.
Ah. Fuck is this house husband shit?
I mean, that's. Why are you house husbanding with Vigil anyway?
Is someone up there with you?
No one's up. It's a tower. Why would anyone be up here?
That's why it's odd. Are you talking to yourself then?
Yes, for religious purposes.
Okay.
That's terrible.
You bought yourself about 10 seconds.
If you come into this room, we're never gonna get married. So think about that. and I shut the door and I feel down.
Started to hear the steps kind of rising up, and then you hear them kind of deflate back down. And in the room, Andalus, you hear, "No, I told you to go up there. You're supposed to be going up there. You're not. Why? This is why I should have done it myself." And you suddenly feel energy as Vigil's bubble is disconnected from Lucky's bubble.
Ooh.
And for a second, nothing happens. And then you hear Vigil's voice. What is he making? What is this shit? You, Andalus, hear Vigil's voice downstairs saying that. But then you and Lucky continue the conversation. Yeah.
Right. So you and Vigil are engaged?
Kinda.
He's your guardian.
Know. Yeah. It's been a while.
But he's not your guardian. Just like
kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes. Also no.
But that makes you uncomfortable?
We haven't really talked about it in a while, and I don't know. It was supposed to be, it just hasn't. I haven't been right in a while. So.
Andalus, from outside in the chamber, you hear, "Look, sister, if you can't do it, I'm gonna do it then. Fuck this shit." And suddenly downstairs in the chamber, Lucky, you hear this loud clashing sound, as almost like somebody has kicked in the doorway of the tower. And you hear Vigil saying, no, it's mine. It's gonna be on me. You can go. You can leave."
What the fuck is happening right now?
I think we should go check. Come on.
Okay.
I'll take you down.
Andalus, you open the door and kind of fly down, and standing in the hallway, looking into the chamber, you see Vigil holding a skillet of some kind of weird potato hash meal or something that he's about to serve and place on the table. And he is yelling as another figure kind of steps forward and says, "Now look here, Vigil, I told you that I was going to come for Lucky when I got my house in order, and my house is in order now." And the figure of Ravik Seaborn is standing there.
Oh, the tea! The drama.
And Vigil says, I don't think that Lucky has any interest in you, Ravik. Made it quite clear as long as you had that devil bargain that you were part of. And Ravik says,
well, I don't know.
It wasn't a devil bargain.
Hey, they had that one. They had that one moment in the bathhouse.
Josh, can something physically repel you so bad that it forced Joel's
Yes, make a wisdom saving throw. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ache yourself so hard that you come back.
And you get so fucking iced out over what is happening that you.
And then Angel, as an angel, is like, "Wait a minute, this has legs."
Is it a straight roll, disadvantage? What's happening?
Because Angelus is in the bubble, you get just a normal roll.
Because of my angelic presence.
Your angelic presence. That is a 21.
21.
Angelic.
So the DC is a 20. And for
get me the fuck out of here. Lucky, I think can I do this? Can I grab the pan between them and then knock out both Vigil and Robin?
Yeah, as you go to swing, you go to hit Vigil, and the moment you hit him, it's like when the ancient one does the spirit punch to Stephen Strange. You hit Vigil, and Vigil goes back, but you see this spirit fly out, and Andalus, you hear this clattering in the room where you are as arrows goes, "Oh shit, it was just getting good," and then you go to hit Ravik, and Ravik also flies backwards, and this other spirit kind of flies out as Nemesis pours out as well and says, Eros, what kind of show is it? What kind of good is it if there's no fighting? And they're kind of out of the bubble. So it's just Lucky, you and Andalus in here. And for a moment, like the whole world freezes. Like the ones manipulating the bubble are outside of it completely, without any control or any space here. And you see the world for kind of what it is, Lucky. If anybody ever asked you the question of what is it that you desire most, you got exactly what you asked for. But was it what you desired most? The world goes blank. How does it change?
So wait, what is it like? Wait, follow up. What do you mean by that? What does it change to?
Yeah, if you like the world of desire that was created when Felindra kind of dug into your psyche was not the true world that you desire because you hide that desire so deep.
Right.
Do you want to populate this space with what you desire? Because you're now in an empty canvas.
I think this goes back and it's a memory. So this is Lucky probably at the age of like 16, maybe. At this like kind of like on a hill that's the halfway point between where the Lightbringers train and where the Guardians train. I think this is in the middle of the night when he'd sneak off and meet up with Vigil, and they're both lying on their backs together, holding hands, looking up at the stars.
Do you think we'll ever have the opportunity to go up there?
Why do we want to do that?
Well, why would we want to stay here? We're being trained for death.
It's better than what we had before.
Was it? You don't sing as much as you used to.
Got you, haven't I?
I don't think I'm going anywhere.
I don't want you to.
He kind of reaches over and, like with the little basic magic that he's learned, this like vine kind of rises up out of the cliff face and wraps around your finger. I mean, if you want to.
You're kidding.
I don't know. We could die tomorrow, Lucky. Why not?
We'll never allow it.
Don't you remember the story of the first Lightbringer?
It was a pretty sad story.
Well, I think sometimes you can always change your fate a little bit. It can't always be dark and depressing. I don't have any plans of killing you, if that's what you're worried about.
Mom, if you don't have any plans of killing me, I guess I would say yes.
And in that moment, there is this explosion of white light that fills the bubble that you're in, as regaining his consciousness outside of the chamber, Vigil's sword slashes through the bubble that you're in, and Andalus, you kind of fall off the bubble, and
I've got like big eyes, the biggest eyes you've ever seen.
Vigil dives in and grabs you, and as you start to wake up and you see this like opulent chamber that you're in with the beautiful stained glass on the ceiling, he's holding you and he's saying, "Oh shit, are you okay? I tried to connect with you, but I couldn't until they severed the bubbles. For some reason, they were able to interfere with the.
No, shh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I could see what they were doing, but I couldn't control my body.
You saw that? You saw that? You saw that?
Like breakfast hash.
That's all you saw?
Well, the church was nice, I guess.
No, it wasn't. It was fucking awful.
And you, as you
I look over Eros and I go, take fucking notes, idiot.
I'm writing these down. We'll see. And she's got a scratch pad. And you, as you say that in the back of your head, Lucky, you hear, I tried to tell you to wake up. If you didn't like that, maybe you can build something better. And Vigil says, are you okay? You kind of went away there for a moment.
Sorry, yeah. It was I haven't told you anything about that. I'm not crazy. The voice in my head is a real thing.
What?
We are having such a moment in this table right now.
Yeah. And Andalus, having freed one of your friends from the Lindra's temporary clutches, we'll go ahead and pick up there next week.
Fucking god. Oh my fucking god, the tea.
Everyone asked me, is Lucky married?
He's not married.
There's a secret third option between unmarried and married.
I'm such a fool.
Have been engaged forever.
Engaged for a long time.
Oh, it's so great.
That was pre-campaign 1, that flashback.
I also love Angela's like, who do I need to get? I need to get Lucky first.
Yeah.
It's very funny logic.
Also, I need you to know, Ace, now you understand when you said, hey, Sage, is Lucky married? Why he had the really uncomfortable reaction he did.
And he went, that's an answer only Lucky can
He
get.
went, you should ask Lucky. And I went, he's mad.
Funny.
Baby.
So funny. I am red in the face.
Oh my goodness. That was very fun.
We were worried that
This is
Robin
like-
might be the hardest to break out, but it might come down to Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm saving her for last.
Dude, Bonnie's is so sad.
Gosh, I've never felt like a Twilight Zone like eeriness during D&D the way I felt fucking eerie during that part.
Yeah.
No.
That
Like
was
Black Mirror
that was
level.
crazy. And also, Kieran's really got me too.
Yeah,
Kieran's got me really bad.
Her just
with
being
the,
like, we'll reset it.
Yeah, and then like he doesn't have an after. I was like, oh, that's so awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Maybe he does
I-
have an because he was perfectly at peace with walking away. That was his choice.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be the ultimate.
Yeah. There's so much
maybe
to
Kieran will
it.
be the hardest to break out. We'll see.
It's gonna be. We're gonna see.
Can I sidebar you after this?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I had an idea.
Sure.
And Ace, please, for the love
Also-
of God, don't eavesdrop.
Ace will be in my DMs. Don't you fucking.
That's true. I gotta go yell at Jace some more. I've been yelling at Jace every session, every week.
I wanted to get it out of the way because I was like, but I can only talk about this little bit, not the whole thing.
No.
And it's very funny because I'd already made the Rapunzel comparison that's been in my head forever.
Of course.
And I actually got to do it this session. But no, the one thing that got me is when Ace and I were texting at one point, and it was during the conversation. It was like right when the Sphinxes showed back up in Ravik's thing, and I started typing, quote, Ravik, if you don't fuck me and my wife now, I may decide I want to kill you again. And then you said it. I was so fucking over the moon
it was
about it. I
insane.
was so happy.
I love it.
It's
Literally
so
insane.
funny.
I love it.
All the Ravik family stuff too is like, I'm like,
Oh, it's so uncomfortable.
I deeply
Your mom,
apologize.
Your mom!
I deeply apologize as the DM who said, "What's your greatest desire as a player?" And then I went, "What's the dark side of that desire?" So
Ooh, it's so nasty.
No, it's really good.
Well, honestly, Ravik, I respect I'm gonna take my in-laws and just put them up in a fucking house. Fuck you.
Well,
stay in my opulent house when I go fuck.
Ravix is like endless freedom, and there's just an interesting thing about if you have endless freedom
choose
for yourself,
everything.
that's freedom from all responsibilities.
Yep. You choose everything. You can't. Yeah. You can't deeply have everything.
And I'm sorry I planted all of your orphan adopted kids in Bonnie's memory.
Oh, that was so fucked. So fucked. And then, and then poor Andulus is just like, well. And then we got Baba Yaga showed back up.
I'm glad I did text Ace at one point. I was like, when Anzel's was like mentioned, I was like, oh, thank God my wife's desire is still me, her wife.
Yes. Yes.
That could have been real awkward.
Yeah, guys. The amount of time this has been in Dualisite Yaga is so funny.
I remember catching that the first time that you called your patron and Josh did a weird little voice.
I did a weird little voice.
I was like, that's a familiar Josh weird voice.
Yeah.
A new Josh.
I did the Yaga.
Josh is too talented a voice actor to retread old ground.
Well, and it's also, Dualisite is a chicken witch. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then I thought about what would Ace do that would be very fucking funny. I was like, and you're from that forest where we
I am from that forest. And it's Faye.
It's Faye.
I will say that's not
and
the
she's
only,
like the Faye.
That's not the only big drop Andalus got this episode, because Andalus, whether like or not, Thalindra said that you are two-souled.
We caught that.
I don't like that.
We caught that.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm also being real sassy to her. I need to calm down a little bit. He's just so fucking sassy.
Don't get us killed, please.
But he was sassy
within
that.
I do love that her ask was, "Can I keep Ravik?" You were like, "No."
I went,
He's so easy.
And honestly, it's partially because you called me your best buddy in the last session. That really cemented something. I think I would have been a little more flexible had you not called me. I would have been like considered it for a second.
If I heard that you also called Enigma that, then it would be
if I had heard you call Enigma, I'd be like, keep that son of a bitch.
Traitor.
Actually, drain that man
Andalus,
for a while.
very specifically, when you saw Ravik in the bubble, you didn't see Enigma.
Ooh, interesting. Oh, I see. I got it. Nice, I got it.
Yeah, Enigma's trying to break through.
Yeah.
He's doing something.
Lucky had the god
chewing through the wires.
The god was trying to break through to Lucky, and then Enigma was trying to break through.
And then
to
Vigil
Ravik.
literally did.
We also
Albahart was kind of peeking through some on Ravix too a little bit, right?
Yes,
he was like, don't think that you're fully in control even in your like greatest desire.
That's crazy.
We haven't seen you haven't seen Dot yet.
That's true. Where's
Dottie
Dot?
wasn't with you. Yeah.
That's
fucked up and evil.
Is in their own greatest desire.
Maybe.
No, don't say that. Oh, Josh is gonna hurt me. Josh is gonna hurt me with the narrative.
No.
Cool.
They have a little clockwork and dualisite chicken that follows them around everywhere.
Yeah. I actually, I don't know. There was something, but I can't tell you that's a spoiler. But yeah, I was like, let me go save Lucky's ass. And then I was an angel. How funny.
That was so funny.
What an idiot. He's so stupid.
It very much is the meme that you always like to refer to of like, God, please send me an angel. And then fucking sticks
I love it. This kid got me. He's like, hey, what's up? Like, he has no idea what an angel says. He's an idiot.
To be fair, Lucky doesn't know either.
No, exactly.
Lucky was like, I guess.
That was like, as a player, one of my favorite asks when you're like, could I appear as an angel? And I'm like, yeah. The last conversation that Lucky had with the Space Between the Stars, he was like, I don't have anybody to send to you like that. And then you show up.
And then it's like, who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this little guy?
Who is this little thing? I imagine it was just like a little cherub body. Talking like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. He had the full like toga robe, I feel.
Voiced by Danny DeVito.
I just like we went, did that look cool? Like this.
I look cool.
Incredibly stereotypical angel.
This is so fun.
Too many eyes.
Oh.
I got too many eyes. Pick one. Pick one. Pick
I want to
one.
play
would-
again.
I
I want to
would
play
not.
again.
Yeah, Josh, let's play tomorrow. So schedule up.
Let's play
Well, I know
day.
Rob can't because it's class coming back.
Oh yeah.
I can
Wow.
play tomorrow. Because I don't want to avoid.
Yes.
I will want to turn my brain off of work as much as possible.
So real. So real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway,
You have to
guys.
save your other friends, but you got Lucky's help now.
Well, do you guys want to know who I'm thinking next? We'll have to talk to. We'll have to counsel who we think. But I think we get Mr. Riften next. Is my thought. So
I would agree with that.
in case you have to prepare anything, Josh, we're going to Mr. Riften
Oh no.
next.
So the beauty of this was like I asked you all so many questions in each of yours because it's like I don't know your character's desires and how they might
Yeah.
change the situation.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that I did snipe that they were actors, though. I did say that very
Jace did
specifically.
say
in
that,
text
and it was
to me.
awesome.
I was like, these random ass NPCs are definitely like
Mhm.
they're
It was so
acting
cool.
in our. They're role playing.
Well, when you
they're
picked
playing in the space.
And
Would you
human
pick-
being the opposite of Meg.
yeah,
Hmm.
when you picked Arrows the last week, I was like, that's such perfection because Arrows is gonna want to see this
You-
like turn into.
You
some
can't
kind
put the
of,
word
yeah.
Eros in front of
Yep.
me and not expect my fucking hive mind to not
Yes.
pick that.
And then Nemesis is their twin, and Nemesis wants to see fights on TV. So
I love that.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. And then choosing the
Robin
Fury-
entering will haunt me for the rest of my life. That'll haunt
Terrible.
Lucky really
That's
bad. That'll
so
haunt
funny.
Lucky really
You
bad.
got to
It's
go
like
to
if they
therapy
were-
for that one, boss.
If they were all TV shows.
Well, I want to
it's
say,
like-
no, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Robic would have shown up, okay? But in the way that he did, fighting Vigil is like his worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So
yeah, truly the worst work it could be.
Yeah,
Nemesis
it's like-
isn't subtle. That's like,
It's like if you were channel surfing, like Lucky's would be like Days of Our Lives,
oh, absolute. Oh, it's telenovela for sure.
and then
Yeah.
you'd change over to Kieran is like an HBO
WWE.
Game of Thrones or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Akira Kurosawa.
Kurosawa said,
yeah,
Oh.
okay, yeah,
Robik's,
Yeah.
Robik's Breaking Bad up here.
yeah. And,
Oh my
and then it's
God.
Little House on the Prairie.
Little
for,
House
like,
on the Prairie.
Oh my
I
god!
literally was about to say it's Little Women. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dualside is just the commercials in between.
Yeah.
You can't escape them. They really take you out of the fantasy.
But like
That's
the
my
Rick
goal.
and Morty style commercials where you're like, is this improv?
Yeah, someone badly going, hey,
real fake doors. Real fake
Hey.
doors.
two brothers. That's our favorite one. We quote that at work all the time.
That's hilarious.
All right, I'll let you go.
All right.
I guess I'll let you go, guys.
Yeah,
so
you
I
guys-
would
See
go
y'all
talk to
next
Josh
week.
before he
Yes.
dies.
Do your thing.